I watched some dress for Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah. You told me about Korean celebrity Junho.
We made for nearly every royal family in Europe.
이 세빌로에서 유일한 한국인 테일러분이 계셔서 저 좀 인터뷰를 요청드렸습니다. 요즘 젊은 분들한테 제일 인기가 많은 테일러샵이라고 볼 수 있을 것 같아요. 펀치맨에 예약을 해놨는데요. 제가 여기서 옷을 맞춥니다, 여러분. 옷을 맞춘다고요. 여기 지금 제가 보고 있는 이 거울은 킹스맨에 나왔던 그 거울입니다. 네, 여기 이제 세빌로에 오면은 처음으로 볼 수 있는 테일러샵에 제가 또 들어왔습니다. 여기가 또 굉장한 히스토리와 헤리티지를 가지고 있거든요. 여기 이제 CMO이신 톰을 모셨는데 제가 보기에는 무비스타인 톰 히들스턴을 닮은 것 같다고 제가 얘기를 했는데 굉장히 쑥스러워했어요. 네, 그래서 이분과 함께 여기서 인터뷰를 진행해 보도록 하겠습니다. 톰.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, very nice to meet you. Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Could you introduce yourself to our subscribers?
Hi everybody, my name's Tom
Hiddleston.
and I'm the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer for Geeves and Hawks of No. 1 Savile Row.
Could you explain about your shop's history and heritage?
Yeah, absolutely. So as a tailor, we've been in business for over 250 years. I can talk you through a few of the highlights of the brand. So as a brand, we did carry 3 royal warrants, which is the most you can have. We are bespoke tailors. That's what we do. So we act as bespoke tailors for civilians and for the military. And in the past, we've obviously dressed figures of historical significance and royalty. Aside to that, we obviously have a menswear brand. So we have ready-to-wear collections and we have a made-to-measure collection as well. But the backbone of the business, the foundation of the business, and the real talent, and I guess the gold of who we are as a business comes from the bespoke and the military side. In order to qualify as a Savile Row bespoke suit, every aspect of the suit has to be made here on the premises at No. 1 Savile Row. So you come for your first meeting, you meet our cutters, and you'll come to the bespoke room and they'll take your initial measurements, and then from there they start having a conversation with you about the garment you want. And quite often what happens is over the journey of the suit being crafted, the end product is very different to what you imagined you came in for. So I guess what that really demonstrates is that the business model is entirely emotional and not transactional. And given that we've been doing it for 250 years, we're pretty good at it now. In terms of our military connection, we are a nautical tailor, so we are Navy based. However, perhaps what we have become known for is that we actually look after and maintain the King's bodyguards' uniforms. We make sure that those bodyguards fit their uniforms and that whenever they are on state duty, that they look their best.
I watched some dress for Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
I talked about we've created many garments for famous people. One of those happened to be Michael Jackson. He wanted to create a garment to wear on stage that was military inspired. And because we make uniforms for the army, for kings and queens, he thought this is the place to come. You'll see that it's a beautiful navy colour with lots of gold webbing on it, and it's actually based on a Privy Councillor's uniform. So he saw the Privy Councillor's uniform, thought it was very beautiful, and decided to have it made. He performed in his tour wearing it and then really kindly gave it back to us and donated it back to us. So fantastic honour for us to make a garment for him and to have it here still.
What stands out compared with the other tailor shops in Seville?
Yeah, and that's a really good question actually. First thing that I think is really important to say is that Savile Row is great, it's unique because every house on Savile Row has its own definitive style. However, we are No. 1 Savile Row. I think we're the 2nd or 3rd oldest tailor in the world. We are what I would call the anchor of Savile Row. I think there are probably 3 or 4 other anchors or pillars on the row. I'd like to think that Geeves and Hawks is certainly seen as, it is one of those, but if not the top one, for me being biased. Although it's got 250 years worth of history, we're not complacent, we're not resting on that. We need to progress and evolve. We don't want to become haute couture, we're not going to become fashionable, we're not a fashion house, but what we want to do is produce beautiful clothing with beautiful fabrics bespoke's beautifully made to the highest level of quality that people can notice when they purchase at every level, whether it's ready to wear, whether it's made to measure, or whether it's a bespoke. And in terms of, you wanted to talk a little bit about the pricing, there is quite a large disparity between costs. For instance, a ready to wear suit from our new collection will start in the region of £1,200 to £1,500. Made to measure will probably start at £1,500 to £2,000, and then bespoke, a suit starts at £7,500, anything up to £10,500. But the whole point is we want everyone who comes in here as a customer to be able to experience that quality we produce on a bespoke level, even if they are not in a position to spend the money on a bespoke suit.
So we're here, Henry Poole. Could you introduce yourself to my subscribers?
Pleasure, yeah. No, my name is Simon Cundy. I'm the managing director and owner of Henry Poole & Company here in 15 Savile Row.
Could you explain about the history and heritage of Henry Poole?
Henry Poole's heritage is down to the cuts, it's down to the tailoring, it's down to the quality. We never have a fashion status. We tend to look at the body shape to keep it all in balance, and that's why I think Poole, like a watch, like Patek or like an AP, it's a timeless piece.
Yeah, as you told me about the watch, you wore the Oliver Piguet. Is there any story about this watch?
Well, yes, I mean, obviously it was a big birthday for me, so but it was a special moment. I still remember one customer always had AP watches. I could never really afford the APs until later in life, and for me, a way of lifestyle is to find the small good things that make a difference, and it's shoes, it's watches, it's clothes, all those things are part of life.
I heard that Winston Churchill is one of the big customer here. Could you tell us about celebrities, customers of Henry Poole?
Tailoring area really started with Poole, and his great breakthrough was meeting Napoleon III in 1846, and also then Edward VII. That was the future king, obviously, with Queen Victoria. He was a passionate fashion icon. He loved to innovate and change fashion to various periods of time. And of course, the big breakthrough for us was the dinner suit invented by Edward VII and Henry Poole. So that was 1865. Ever since then, we've had now 5 prime ministers, JP Morgan, anything from pop stars to even people like Jason Momoa from Aquaman.
You told me about the Korean celebrity Junho, 2 p.m., the K-drama Kingdomland.
When you come to look at Savile Row and you look at the landmark companies, and it's a little bit of a club feel. I think that's what 2 p.m. wanted for his series. We had various scenes of him arriving, fitting in Henry Poole.
Yeah. Could you explain about the price-cost range?
Yeah, I think if you look at the pure bespoke side, don't forget we are 100% made on premises, and everything is handmade. So a jacket would be about £4,000, and a suit would be around £6,000.
Wow.
We'll be delighted to see some Korean customers here. We have 1 or 2 come over for fittings, but we would obviously love to encourage more customers. When you come to Henry Poole, we would obviously go through the style. We have about 6,000 fabrics here.
Wow.
We then talk about the style, how it fits for you, with the climate, the function. Then, of course, we fit it. We do have trunk shows. Currently, we go to Hong Kong, we go to Japan, we go to the States, we go to Europe. So we do travel outside of just the UK to fit clothes and order clothes as well.
Now we're here, Maurice Sedwell. Could you introduce yourself to our subscribers?
Hi, I'm Judith, and I'm the general manager at Maurice Sedwell on Savile Row.
So, could you explain about the history and heritage of Maurice Sedwell?
So, Maurice Sedwell, the company began in 1938 over in Fleet Street in London. Continued successfully during that time. Andrew Ramroop came over in the 1970s, began working with Maurice Sedwell, and eventually purchased the company in the late 80s. Maurice Sedwell in the 1990s moved to number 19 Savile Row. For the last 30 years, that's been the home for Maurice Sedwell, and actually recently we moved back to number 9 to 10 Savile Row.
Could you tell me about the celebrity customers of Maurice Sedwell?
So we have a long list of customers we've worked for in the past. Notable ones, I guess, would include Samuel L. Jackson, Princess Diana, members of Parliament, sports stars, and many more.
What stands out compared with the other tailor shops in the Savile Row?
It's very important to us. We make ultra bespoke suits. In terms of our house style, you will notice our signature style pockets, something you won't see anywhere else. The outbreast pocket on the chest, it goes in the opposite direction to most other tailors. So as you can see on these two here, so the pocket is in harmony with the shoulder line. Small details like that, very important to us.
I was surprised that you running the Academy for Tailors, right?
Yeah, so we run the Savoir Academy that was founded in 2008 by Andrew. Started the academy as a way to continue the trade. It's a dying trade in the sense that not as many young people are taking it on. There's not a lot of training out there, and the best way to learn is to come to Savile Row and learn from the tailors who are doing it every day. We have trained hundreds of students over the last few years. We have students working in all different houses along Savile Row, internationally, and some have stayed on here, me included.
Yeah. Can I ask you about the price range of Maurice Sedwell?
Yeah, so our starting price for our suits is £6,000, and that would be for a two-piece suit, and then the price would vary from there.
네, 그리고 저는 이걸 또 깜짝 놀랐는데 모리스 세도엘의 이 세빌로에서 유일한 한국인 테일러분이 계셔서 저 좀 인터뷰를 요청드렸습니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
네, 좀 소개 좀 잠깐 부탁드립니다.
저는 머리스 세드웰에서 근무하고 있는 권영호라고 합니다.
네. 진짜 신기한 게 어떻게 이 런던의 세빌로에서 이렇게 근무하시게 되셨는지.
이전에 영국뿐만 아니라 이제
네.
이태리에서도 4년 정도 일을 했었고,
네.
이태리에서 이제 영국으로 넘어와서 아카데미에서 코스를 들은 적이 있었어요.
네.
근데 저는 여기서 또 그때 당시에 이제 일을 해보고 싶어서 사장님한테 제가 이제 자켓을 만들어 보겠다
네.
테스트를 했는데 사장님이 좋아해서 인연이 됐고 일을 같이 하게 되었습니다.
네. 한국에서랑 비교했을 때 여기서 이제 이런 테일러로 일을 했을 때 좀 좋은 점이 뭔가요?
일단 한국보다는 가장 큰 장점이라고 하면 개인적인 생각으로는
네.
대우를 잘 해주는 것 같아요.
대우를.
네, 우리나라는 현실적으로 저도 이제 우리나라에서 2013년도부터 양복 일을 배우기 시작했는데 무일푼으로
네.
그때 당시에는 환경도 너무 좋지 않았고 기술자들이 그렇게 인정을 받고 대우를 받고 뭐 일을 하는 걸 거진 못 본 것 같아요. 네.
학생분들을 가르치는 모습을 봤는데 이 학생들을 여기서 가르치시는 건 좀 어때요? 영국인들을 이제 가르치고 계신 건데 선생님으로서 어떠신지?
저는 되게 가르치는 게 너무 재밌고
네.
제가 언어가 조금 부족하다고 해도 사실 저는 그것보다 일단 결과물을 중요하게 생각하기
그렇죠.
때문에
네.
모든 건 결과물에 그리고 제가 잘 가르쳐주면 학생들도 저를 또 믿고 잘 따라와주고 저는 그런 부분이 가장 중요하다고 생각합니다.
그러면 이제 저는 용호님의 꿈이 어떻게 되는지 거창하게 말하면 꿈이지만 좀 어떤 목표를 혹시 미래에 갖고 계신지 좀 궁금합니다.
저도 10년 정도 이쪽 일을 계속 걸어왔는데
네.
조금 더 이제 정직하게 양복을 잘 만들어서 좀 성숙하게
네.
이제 좀 경력을 쌓고 생활을 하지 않을까
네.
생각을 하고 있어요.
I visited the oldest tailor shop in Savile Row. Could you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Patrick Murphy. I'm the head cutter, one of the owners of the oldest tailors in Savile Row. I've been working on Savile Row for nearly 40 years. This is a great company with an incredible history. Back in the 1800s, we made for nearly every royal family in Europe. Now, a lot of our business comes from the USA, but we still uphold the highest tradition of Savile Row tailoring. Nothing has changed in the way we manufacture things.
And I heard that many artists made their own suits in here. Could you tell me about the celebrities who made the suit?
Talking about artists, years ago we made suits for David Hockney. We have made suits for Brian Ferry. Recently we make suits for a guy called Paul Weller. There's plenty of others, but I can't remember them at the moment.
What stands out compared to other tailor shops in Seville?
A lot of the tailors down here have all got their own style, and we've got our own style. We all cut a classic British cut with a high armhole. I like to cut our suits with a very nice waistline that shows off your silhouette with a little bit of skirts, and even with a guy with a sort of stomach or a big belly, you can still make that silhouette. We're pretty classic, but we can make anything for a customer that they want. We're very adaptable.
Could you tell us about the price range of?
Okay, our price range starts for a casual jacket at £4,400. For a two-piece suit, about £5,800, £5,900. About another £1,500 for a three-piece. Our prices are very fairly arrived at, even though they're expensive.
Could you tell the guys in Korea who loves tailoring and suits something?
I'd like to tell you, if you like tailoring and suits, it doesn't matter how much money you've got. It doesn't matter how much you pay for your suit. If you buy a suit and wear it well and you're proud of yourself, that's the best thing about wearing a suit. It does not matter how much it costs. And also there's a difference between style and fashion. Style is a permanent thing, it's something you wear repetitively and that dictates you. If you follow fashion that changes every 9 months, it means nothing.
네, 세빌로 이 거리에 요 뒤로 한 블럭을 넘어오면은 톰스윈이라는 곳도 있거든요. 여기를 이제 제가 찍은 이유가 요즘 젊은 분들한테 제일 인기가 많은 테일러샵이라고 볼 수 있을 것 같아요. 굉장히 힙합니다. 네, 그래서 들어가 보면은 다른 테일러샵들이랑 다르게 모던 센츄리 느낌으로 인테리어가 다 되어 있고 옷들도 엄청 멋있어요. 네, 제가 들어가서 이제 직원들이랑 대화를 해봤을 때는 브래들리 쿠퍼랑 라이언 고슬링 이런 좀 비교적 젊은 핫한 배우들도 와서 옷을 맞췄었다고 하고, 실제로 제가 이제 안에서 직원들이랑 얘기를 할 때도 핫가이들 있죠. 우리가 이탈리아 남자를 떠올리면 생각나는 그런 헤어랑 이렇게 수염 되게 정리 잘 돼 있고 막 근육 있고 키 크고 근데 또 다리는 슬림하고 좀 그런 멋있는 분들이 많이 와서 옷을 맞추더라고요. 그래서 확실히 요즘 젊은 분들한테 인기가 되게 많구나 생각이 좀 들었고, 재밌는 게 지하에는 바버샵이 있고, 바버샵이 이렇게 있습니다. 톰스윈이 지하에는 2층에 가면 포켓볼 대가 있고, 그리고 그 위에는 또 바가 있어요. 여기서 바버샵만 따로 운영이 되고 나머지는 그냥 톰스윈이에서 운영을 하는데 이게 되게 재밌는 것 같아요. 뭔가 남자들의 로망을 그냥 다 모아놓은 그런 느낌이어서 다른 테일러샵들에 비해서 완전 다른 결의 그런 되게 젊고 트렌디한 느낌의 테일러샵을 좀 오고 싶다면 톰스윈이가 정답일 것 같습니다. 세빌로의 전통적인 그런 트래디셔널 클래식 테일러스에 되게 대항하는 감각을 가진 테일러샵이라고 볼 수 있고, 그래서 이제 역사도 짧죠. 2007년에 시작을 해서 2013년부터 기성복도 같이 또 판매를 하고 있다고 합니다. 그래서 가격은 레디투웨어 수트는 1,500파운드 정도부터 시작을 하고 비스포크 투피스 수트가 한 3,500파운드 정도부터 시작한다고 보시면 될 것 같아요. 네, 이렇게 또 세빌로의 수많은 테일러샵들 중에서 저희가 촬영하고 싶었던 테일러샵들 중에서 인터뷰가 가능했던 테일러샵들의 인터뷰를 보셨습니다. 일단 제가 느꼈던 거는 각 테일러샵들마다 당연히 엄청난 역사 전통을 가지고 있기 때문에 엄청난 프라이드가 있다는 거, 저는 그게 되게 멋있더라고요. 자기들만의 자부심이 엄청나게 큰 거지. 네, 그게 너무 좀 멋있었고, 두 번째로 느낀 거는 저는 이게 엄청 보수적인 시장이라고 생각해서 무서웠거든요. 연락을 할 때부터 막 콧대 되게 높아가지고 우린 안 찍어, 가, 유튜버? 우린 안 돼, 이런 느낌일 줄 알았는데 진짜 들어갈 때마다 우리가 어떤 사람인지 밝히지 않아도 엄청나게 웰컴을 해주시는 거예요. 그래서 진짜 사람들이 너무 다 친절하고 진짜 젠틀하다, 그런 걸 좀 많이 느꼈습니다. 그래서 여러분들도 만약에 세빌로에 놀러 오시게 되면 겁먹지 마시고 그냥 들어가 보세요. 굉장히 친절합니다. 네, 그래서 저는 너무너무 인상 깊었어요. 아무튼 이번 세빌로 컨텐츠 여기서 마무리하도록 하겠습니다. Always be Chris.